I grew up overweight and eventually obese for the larger portion of my life. I was 18 years old and already felt like a 90-year-old man. My knees hurt, my back hurt. I could barely walk across campus without pain in my knees and my joints. I remember sitting on my dorm bed one night, 320 pounds, staring into the mirror, my stomach literally resting on my legs, and I thought maybe this is just who I am. For a while, I actually believed that. I actually believed that no part of me could change. It just is what it is. I had pretty much accepted that this was my identity for the rest of my life, and there's nothing I can do to change it. But that version of me is gone. I changed myself and recreated my story for the better. And I'm going to explain how in this video. Back then, I wasn't just overweight. I was lost, insecure, quiet, shy. I avoided eye contact, cameras, photos, conversations with people, because deep down, I genuinely hated myself. The truth is, I just wanted girls to like me. That was like the main reason I started this whole journey. I couldn't get girls to actually genuinely like me. I wanted to be confident, but how could I expect someone to love me when I couldn't even have the courage to look at myself in the mirror? When I couldn't even see my toes when I looked down in the shower? I used to tell myself, it's just genetics. I was just built this way. It's just how my family is. But that was a lie I repeated so that I didn't have to face the truth. I was choosing comfort over growth. Every day looked the same. 2 or 3 bowls of cereal in the morning before school. Chocolate milk, pizza, cheese sticks while I'm at school. After school, have another bowl of cereal or a different snack while I waited for my mom to come home and cook dinner. Then I'd have 2 or 3 servings of not the most healthy food for dinner. Not the best food. I already said that. And after dinner, before bed, when no one was watching, I would go upstairs and binge on chips or cookies or whatever I could find in the house. It didn't really matter as long as I had something to eat, something to comfort myself with. I'd literally eat until I hated myself and I felt sick. And then I'd wake up and do it all over again. I was playing football. I played basketball. I was not really inactive for the most part, but none of it mattered. You can't out-train a horrible diet when you're just shoveling food in your mouth, which is what I was doing. The lowest moment of my life came because of a girl, of course. Cliche, but true. There was this girl I really liked in college. And I mean, like, really liked. Like, I literally fell in love with her. I tried to make her laugh. I bought her things for her birthday. I bought her really thoughtful gifts. I made her laugh. I texted her all the time. I did everything I could to get her attention. But she just didn't see me that way. And I kept scratching my head and wondering why. Why am I putting in all this work for her, but she doesn't see me in that way? But a realization struck me. Why would she? That rejection broke me, but it also woke me up. Because in that moment, I realized it wasn't about her. It was the fact that I was not the man that someone like her would be with. If I was her, I wouldn't want to be with me either. That night, I had a breaking point. I deleted every social media app, blocked her number, and it wasn't because she did anything wrong, but it was because I needed to stop seeking others' validation and start looking out for myself for once. I needed to start earning self-respect. My roommate saw what I was going through and invited me to the gym the next day. That was day 1, where it all started. I didn't know what I was doing at first. I just knew I had to move. I just knew I had to do something. I knew I had to get rid of the weight one way, shape, or another, or I was going to continue to hate myself for the rest of my life. I tracked everything that went into my mouth, gram by gram. I would weigh out the food at the dining hall. I was that guy. I went to the gym 5, 6, 7 days a week. I wouldn't leave until I felt absolutely destroyed. It wasn't healthy. It wasn't balanced. It wasn't the right way to do it. But I was desperate. I was tired of being the guy who quit, tired of being invisible, tired of being the laughingstock of the group. So I showed up every single day, even when no one cared, when no one was watching. Over time, something shifted mentally. It stopped being about weight loss. It became about identity and what I saw myself as, the person I wanted to be. I wasn't chasing abs anymore. I was chasing proof. Proof that I could be a man of discipline. Proof that I could follow through with my goals that I set up for myself. Proof that I could rebuild myself from the ground up. And once you stack enough evidence, day after day after day, you keep showing up, your brain starts to actually believe it. And that's when everything changes. That's when you start getting some momentum. Throughout this initial journey, I lost over 100 pounds in 6 months. I saw abs for the first time in my life. Veins in my arms, and my face looked different. It was absolutely incredible. People started treating me differently too. Suddenly, I wasn't just invisible anymore, that kid in the corner that was quiet and shy. Suddenly, I actually had some confidence. I actually felt like I wanted to communicate with other people, felt like I had a role in this world. Here's the part that no one talks about. I'm still the same person inside. I had to learn how to love myself regardless of what the scale said. Because if you hate yourself when you're big, you'll just find new reasons to hate yourself when you fit, after you lose the weight. The hardest part of this journey was not losing the fat or the weight. It was losing the mindset that got me there in the first place. The fear of failure, the insecurity, the obsession with what other people thought of me, the obsession of being scared of how other people perceive me. I overcame all of that by building a stack of undeniable evidence, daily actions that proved who I was, especially when nobody was watching. It took me 4 years to step on a bodybuilding stage for the first time, from 320 pounds to a shredded bodybuilder, and I'm planning on doing my next show again in a few months. But the real transformation wasn't physical, it was mental and psychological. I learned that you don't need to become a whole new person. You just need to stop abandoning yourself. You don't need to cut out everything you enjoy. You just need to build small habits that move you forward, one step at a time. For example, instead of cutting out your favorite foods, add some protein to it, add some fiber to it. Make it a meal that's worth eating and not just shoveling junk in your mouth because you want to feel comfortable. Instead of starving yourself, just track what you eat. This gives you the freedom to eat whatever you want in controlled portions. Instead of trying to be perfect, just aim to be consistent. This is how real change happens. The goal is not to suffer your way into a lean body. It's to understand your body so that you can live lean forever. So, if you're watching this right now, hating what you see in the mirror, feeling stuck, feeling like it's too late, I promise you, it is not. I'm not special. I was just a regular, insecure, overweight kid who just one day decided to stop giving up on myself. One day decided to stop running away from the fears that I knew if I had overcome, I could change the way I look at life. I could change the way my brain functioned, and I can change the negative attitude that I had towards myself. You just have to make the same decision that I made. The hardest part is starting, but once you start, you realize you were never broken. You just stopped believing that you could fix it. 320-pound me thought it was literally impossible. I literally thought there wasn't a world where I could become who I am today. But I was wrong. So that's my story. That's my story of how I went from hating myself, hating the way I looked, and frankly everything about myself, to now being extremely confident, helping other people do the same, and making a large impact on the way others view food, their body, and exercise as a whole. This entire journey made me change my major in college to kinesiology, so I graduated with a degree in the field, and now I help other people do the same. Sorry, just a little emotional after going through that story, but that's my story, and if you're ready to start your own transformation, I can help you take that first step. Reach out to me on Instagram at Selly Hypertrophy, same name as my YouTube channel, SELLYHYPERTROPHY. I'll send you a free guide on where to start, and if you feel like I know what I'm talking about, if you feel like I can genuinely help you make a change, reach out and we can set up a call to see if you're a right fit for the team. You don't need to use me as a coach. You don't need to use anyone as a coach. But having a good coach can help you reach your goals faster and help you avoid mistakes that we made moving forward. I don't care if you use me or if you use someone else that you resonate with better. I just care that you change your life so that the people around you can have a positive impact as well, but most importantly, so that you could love yourself again. Thank you for watching. If this impacted you or if this resonated with you, drop a like, drop a comment, and just know that I'm here to help you.